Welcome to Sue for the Soul. No portion of Sue for the Soul may be used without the expressed written consent of Kimmy Wyatt. That's me. A couple of announcements. First of all, I don't have a specific name for this Sue for the Soul. You'll see the name where this is posted. Okay. I've come up with some names and I'm like, nah. I didn't want it too long. But it will have electronic stalking in it, okay? And I'm focusing on people your vehicles, and letting you guys know about how they are how they will, I don't know if they are manipulating your vehicle. If you are a female and someone has paid dearly to see you, or a couple, it doesn't matter. You're having sex. Someone likes the way that you have sex. These are private moments in your home. You guys, you're probably going to have your vehicle manipulated. Okay, and the goal of that is to leave you at home. Someone wants to see you that bad that they don't even want you leaving your home. Also, my YouTube channel. Please go to my YouTube channel, you guys. I have over 200 videos, and I wanted to let you guys also know that I'm going through my YouTube channel and actually revamping it. I am putting videos in playlists, and I think I'm finished with that part. I'm going to go through and see if I missed one or two, but I'm also changing meta tags. I am, and the playlist is for you to be able to go to specific topics without going through all of the videos to try to find, them. Great idea from YouTube. And so let's see, what else am I doing with the videos? I am listening to all of them because I may have said something that I did not mean to say or forgot something. And this is great because it will come to me, even though later on and not in the video, you guys will be able to see via reading the text at the top for the video. Well, not the text at the top of the video, but the text for the video. You'll be able to read right at the top. Before watching is what I'm calling it. And I think I called some of them previously before watching the video or something, but it's just going to say once I go through all the videos before watching and colon, and you'll see right after the colon things that had to be changed. I may have said the wrong thing or whatever. Okay. And if you don't see that on a video, that means that everything is okay. I'm preparing my breakfast right now. So you may hear some noise, and I apologize for that. But let's see what else I want to tell you before I go in. Like I said, I don't know what the title for this is. But I got rid of my vehicle, you guys. Being followed, had their license plate numbers. I remember clearly several times, but specifically having about 5 cars follow me at one time. People from my apartment complex following me right every turn I make, but I'm good. I used to own a Mercedes, thank goodness, and so I I know how to get away. But same vehicles, and you may say, well, how do you know it was the same vehicles? I know it was the same vehicles because I had already written down license plate numbers. And also insignia. These people are the dumbest criminals on the planet. If you're going to follow someone, you need to take those tags and things off of your vehicle, the insignia, the stickers and all of that on your vehicle. You need to take it off. If you have dents and bumps and things like that, you need to remove those because that lets you know that it's the same vehicles. Okay. And there was something before I started recording that I said I really have to let you guys know. And this really is not just for people that are being stalked. This is how some people's vehicles are now being stolen. And the way that that's happening is your computer. As of about 2005, the computers in vehicles, the computers meaning the computer that I'm calling it a computer because that's what it is, but the true name leaves me right now. the computers in your vehicle that controls some people back in the day call it the brain, BRAIN. I know when I had my Mercedes, it was called the brain. Some people do call it the computer, but what it is the part of your vehicle that's in the inside, of course, and it controls basically everything. If this thing is not working right, then your windows and a lot of things are probably not going to operate the way that they're supposed to operate. But as of 2005, as I was saying, they became really high tech. And even more so after. This is how people were able to get Wi-Fi in their vehicles, amongst other things, okay? Able to get wave radio and all kinds of, or satellite radio, all kinds of different things in their vehicles because of the brain or computer of the vehicle, okay? And in my case, and I'm sure there's a lot of other ladies going through this, these are bona fide perverts. Nobody without any kind of reservation. Okay, bona fide certified perverts, and of different levels. They will do things for the other one. One of them or two of them may want to see you more than another one. But because it's organized crime, they all work together, buddy system. They're going to go to the ends of the earth to make that person satisfied if they want to see you without question. This is how a lot of women are getting raped as well, because some people think it's just a game, and a lot of people who do this play those games on their phones and on their TVs, and they look at you as some type of freaking game. Of the pervs, the people that they basically hire to follow you, to spy on you in your apartment, because their apartment is surrounding your apartment. These are usually your 20-something-year-olds who really don't understand the impact of what they're doing. And if they do understand, we live in a world where people are just they have no conscience. Literally have no conscience about what they do. They don't have to know you, and you can be the nicest person on the planet, and it doesn't matter. Okay, they're going to do whatever they have to do. If money is coming in, they're going to do whatever they have to do to get that money. Okay, because they want to live that life. They want to sustain that life. They're broker than a joke. Okay, and so these are usually your Black African people. I call it modern day slavery, because these people are laughing at them behind their backs because they know they can use them to manipulate and get other Black African people. And I think these are the lowest scum of people on the planet. You don't even have a clue as to, and maybe you do, how you are helping the demise of our race. You don't even have a clue, because it's all about them. And so they use these type of people. Usually they're dumb. And what I mean by dumb, if you got to be dumb if you're following someone, you got to be dumb if someone can pay you money and you can spy on someone. I'm just going to keep it simple. And they know who they're dealing with. They will watch a perv that lives around someone they want to spy on for days and weeks. Their activities, when they're coming down, they will put on a suit or something. It could be a male and a female. They will come up and act. These are actors, you guys, Satan's angels. Bravo and bravissimo on their acting. They will lure someone in. If you're weak-minded, on drugs, they can smell the weed in your apartment or something coming out your door or whatever. They got you, because if someone's going to buy you weed, in most cases, to satisfy your weed craving, then chances are you are going to go for it. You have nothing to lose. You don't know the person in most cases. And so you may know the person. In my case, a lot of people over here do know me. Okay. I've worked with someone around here, and which is the reason why they're spying on me. I used to work with them, and it dawned on me. I said, either you're the person that I got on social media and chewed you up and said some things to you that you did not like, or you used to work with me. This person used to work with me. right in the same building. Okay. And never had, I probably had one conversation with this person, but I knew they were messy then. It all just hit me little by little up until like sometime last week. This person, a male, very messy on the job, very messy here. Okay. Um, um, and so it is what it is. But your VIN number, the VIN number on your vehicle can usually be found in two places. This is the number that tells the state what vehicle that is, what color it is, what type it is, what brand, what model rather, everything about that vehicle. But a 4-door, 2-door, whatever, your VIN number. And what I'm going to do right now, you guys, I'm going to keep talking, but I'm going to go in here and change some settings on my phone right quick so that I don't have to keep pressing it to, hold on, I did the wrong thing. Okay, there we go. All right, and I haven't started warming up my breakfast yet. I had made it yesterday, and so I'm just going to warm it up. I didn't go, oh, I'm going to make breakfast. It's leftover breakfast, so, okay, there we go. All right, so, okay, here we go. Delete. All right. So I'm still on track now. I'm going to get to my breakfast. So you may hear me messing with my plate, my spoon, my fork rather, and all of that. So I cooked my breakfast in the oven yesterday, and so, but I don't use much electricity during the week because I have free weekends. So I'm going to warm this up. But yes, so couple of things were happening to me. I mean, we'll put it this way. You're probably wondering, this is what's getting a lot of people that think I may be telling a lie about being spied on. How did they put cameras in your vehicle? Am I telling the truth? Okay. I bit off some of my breakfast though. How is that possible? You should have been locking your door. See, these are the people they love. They love you guys. Oh my God. They love you guys because you guys are the ones, even if you're not being spied on, you're basically in agreement with them. Agreeance. Now, Webster says that's not a word. I choose to differ. Agreeance, meaning you are in agreement with someone. Okay? That's just my opinion. That they should put that in the dictionary. Okay, so here's the deal. Just a moment. Took a drink. Here's the deal. I'm a hot commodity. Okay, I guess I am. And I've been knowing that someone really, 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 truly wants to see me. I'm going to tell you guys of several incidences that happened to me that I have not revealed yet to anyone, well, to people, but not you guys on video. I just revealed some being followed in my vehicle. And I'm like, how do they know? Okay. How do they know where I am? Okay. So the dude that passed by my vehicle that never skipped a beat in walking, that bent down and popped something up under my vehicle, magnetic tracking device. I saw this looking out my window. Looked up under there, could not find what, I'm not like on the ground, like looking like a mechanic. But I knew that he had done something, but I already knew I was being spied on. So, what? That's minuscule. I knew cars were following me. When I slept in my vehicle for 6 months, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, I'm sleeping in my vehicle near homeless shelters, near the police department, near this weird castle-like building, which I just adored. It was an old mill, and people homeless people would sleep on that street, or people that just want to get away from it. They probably had a home, they just didn't want to deal with someone. And so there were two streets that were walking distance from each other, but car distance basically, because most of these two streets I'm referencing, people slept in their vehicles on these streets. And no shame, in my game. I'm telling you, there's I met a lot of wonderful people being in the shelter, and I will say that till the day I die. I really did. And so a lot of my play brothers I met in a shelter. We just we just bonded, man, and I mean, for life. These are my play brothers, and they love me and I love them, and so I slept on this particular street, so I was very familiar with this street. And they would, I have so much to tell you, and I'm going to tell you there will not be a part 2 of this. And if it goes over an hour, it just goes over an hour. And I have some that are over an hour. Soup for the Souls, or the Blue Cup in the Attic. I don't think I have any Kimmy this weeks that are over an hour. I don't know, but I've been noticing some over an hour here lately. Oh, and speaking of, let me say this: some of my videos are missing. I noticed the very first video that I did, the very first Kimmy this week that I did, is no longer in my video archives. I will be putting that video back. Okay. There's a couple of videos that are missing from my archives. I'm like, okay, so they took the first one, like, huh. So someone deleted those videos out of my archives of videos. The video's not even on my page. I'm noticing it's not even on my YouTube page. So when I logged in somewhere, someone hacked in or whatever and deleted it. It's nowhere on my page. And I said, when I say my page, it's not on YouTube, and the link is not even on Google Plus. Okay. Also, all my social media information, you guys can find that information at the bottom where this video is posted. I'm conditioning myself to not. YouTube I'll mention, because YouTube is probably here to stay. But as far as any of the other social sites, I don't mention, or try not to mention. And if I have in a video, if they're still around, they're still around. If they're not, they're not, And so I'm conditioning myself to just put the text at the bottom so you guys can listen to the video and then look at the text. Okay. Hearing things about Google Plus, you know what I'm saying? So be careful about doing that in your videos, you guys. Just one moment. I'm going to, oh, there you are. Something's trying to hide from me. No, I haven't put my stuff in the microwave yet. But, so yeah, sleeping on that street, there was a fire department. This particular area had fire. Let's see, the fire department parked there. The city was there. Some divisions of the city of Dallas. Some parts of the fire department, the police department. There were buildings for the city of Dallas, and they had this huge parking spot where the employees could park, and just walk to wherever they needed to walk. And so and then the side of one of the side streets of that parking is where homeless people would park, and they knew that. They let them people park there, to be safe or whatever. They were fully aware of it. I clearly remember. This is just coming to me. I'm trying to remember what this dude did. I remember a dude. Black African dude. Never seen him before in my life. I'm parked on the street. Well, you can park, really, I was like a soldier. One of those streets people never, the streets, they make the parking, these streets make a square, or whatever. Cross street. And I parked several times on one of those streets that was really literally by the police department, or was a holding tank or something for like people that were on drugs and got arrested, or you were drunk and got arrested and they held you for 3 hours or whatever, You know, they're going to check you out to see if you had tickets or what. But people that were acting up downtown, you know, maybe you were at the West End or something like that, and you got arrested because you were drunk or something like that. So it was a police department, but it wasn't like a regular, well, with a jail. Let me say that. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. And I just know that, or had heard about people being held there, like a holding tank. Now, I gotta throw away some food because I left it out, forgot that I left it out, and there was a fly in here, so I don't even want to take a chance. So, there you go, gone. You know, when I discovered it, that I left it sitting out, I put it in the microwave, but I'm like, nah, I saw a fly in here, I don't take chances like that. So, I'm sure he had a ball. But anyway, you could park on the street, and also on this street was this castle-like building that was tall and medieval looking, but it was like that because it was an old building, and it looked like a castle, literally. It looked like an old castle with no windows, and there are castles like that. And they may have one or two windows, but it's like an enclosed structure. And the purpose for that, castles. Some people, just to give information on castles, Castles. They're all over the world, and not that many of them, but they're all over the world. And these castles were built, especially in other countries besides the U.S., as places that military, basically, you know, places that the military or some portion thereof could hide. And so some of them did not have, unless they've been renovated, did not have windows, you know. So this place is actually a mill, M-I-L-L, a flour mill or mill, M-E-A-L, you know, a mill that for grains and stuff like that. It used to be. But someone bought it, or the owner's son or something has actually converted it or a portion thereof into a home. And you guys should see, you can look through there and see in the inside, really nice. I think there's a big pool on the top. Very nice. And so you could park there, make a long story short. And I would see them all the time going in. They have a dog and all that. I would see them going in, a husband and wife, I'm assuming. And so I would park there and I would see them passing by. Here they are passing by, two-way street, coming down or going in either direction, passing by me. And I will talk about how the cameras got in my vehicle. So if I go somewhere, to go take a shower, there's a place I knew that I could go take a shower. So no big, like I said, if I could take a shower, you guys, I'm fine. I don't care where I am. Sister here wants to take a shower. And I told you guys, in a previous video, there's two things that piss me off the most about this situation. And one of them, and I said I may give away something free if you guys can answer this question. One of those things, listen to my videos, was the fact that I couldn't shower like I want. You know, I love to shower. And as a result of that, people would go around talking about you and that you don't shower. And I'm telling you, not functified like you just knocking someone out. But, you know, so I'm going to have to shower. You know, I've never loved the heat. I'm sorry. It's just me. I'm going to take 2 or 3 showers if my life is right. If things are going right in my home where I live. So I'm going to take 2 or 3 showers a day. So to be ridiculed like that was one of the most degrading things for me. Okay, one of them. If you want to know the other one, listen to my videos. But oh, I didn't turn the microwave on. Hold on. Okay, there we go. So that, you know, following me, knowing where I am at all times, tracking devices, and I know for a fact I didn't just have one tracking device on my vehicle. I had tracking devices, pursuit, hot pursuits. I did a hot pursuit, going down, 75. My apartment was at 75 and Fitzhugh in Dallas, Texas. You guys know what 75 is. Central Expressway is what some people call it. Used to call it. I went all the way past Plano, you guys, in hot pursuit. There were cars behind me. Excuse me, but I was following a vehicle, and I can't remember right off why I was following that vehicle, but I had a reason. And they were speeding very hard. Okay. This was a person of Hispanic descent. I saw them, male, and he is flying like a ninja and thought he could get away. No, you cannot get away. But he had people, I'm sure, using his cell phone and all that. Everywhere I went, there were like 3 cars behind me. I get in this lane, 3 cars get in that lane. Yeah, because I was fixing to beat the brakes off of him for some reason. And I can't remember what it was. But he was flying, and he went that far. And if you're in Dallas, Texas, you know where Fitzhugh is in 75. We went past Plano. I mean, we were gone. I'm on this dude. Okay. And so it got to the point where, and I know I did a half a tank of gas almost. Seriously, I'm looking at my gas. That's how far we went. All I know is it was way past Plano. You got McKinney and all that. We went into and see, not trying to be funny. When you going into McKinney, not saying Hispanics don't live in McKinney. When you going that way out there, no, dude, you don't live out here. No offense. I don't live out here. So that lets you know I'm not being prejudiced. You do not live out here. You're coming out here because I'm on you, switching lanes. He switched lanes. I switched lanes. He knew I was after him, and I'm trying to remember what he did, but look, okay, it was something. Okay, my microwave popped had my food, some of it pop over somewhere. Yeah. So it's a lot of things I haven't told you guys, as I was saying. So I go to take a shower here. I'm getting to what this video to what I'm saying. I go to take a shower at a place for homeless people. I think Dallas did a wonderful job on this shelter, and I used to reside at this shelter upstairs. I never lived downstairs. When you lived upstairs, you had more leniency. I was an upstairs resident. I'm like, oh no, I'm not going to live on a no. So I had a room, and with a roommate. As a matter of fact, I had 3 roommates while I was there. Short-lived, but I was up there before I got housing and everything, and had 3 roommates. And I'm going to tell you guys, this place has shower. They had a division of Parkland Hospital. Very, very nice facility in Dallas. So I'm going to say this, you guys, and I'm going to say it and with fervency. There is if you live in the Dallas area, Dallas, Fort Worth, you have absolutely no reason to be homeless. I'm going to say it again. You have absolutely no reason to be homeless. Dallas has upped their game now on homelessness. Okay. Just for me driving my vehicles in the past and passing by homeless people. And I'm talking 20 years ago or whatever. There are multiple homeless shelters in the Dallas, Fort Worth area that you can go to, Dallas County, Tarrant County. Let me say that you can go to and have a place to lay your head, have a place to shower, even if you have kids. Some of them are just for men. Some of them are just for women. Some of them are for singles and families. Some of them for pregnant women. It's just different ones. Some of them the men have to be 18, the women have to be 18, the men have to be 45, and up. And that's for a reason. I think that was an excellent idea. And I've lived in that shelter before I went to the one that I'm referencing. I temporarily lived in that shelter first. We're moving on up. So I moved on up. But I'm saying this particular shelter that I referenced initially, you can stay downstairs on a mat, but once you go to transitional housing, TH, then that means you're fixing to get into an apartment or something. You're leaving or whatever. and you have rules, you know what I'm saying. So I would go shower at this place because what I was saying is, even if you don't live on the premises, you get this card and you can come in and utilize the services. Because as I was saying, about to say, some of the people that are homeless just don't want to live they want to live on the streets. These are a lot of people who cannot follow rules. They don't want to follow rules. They want to drink when they want to drink. They want to do their drugs when they want to do their drugs. They want to go sleep around with whomever and do whatever they want to do. And they just want to live on the streets, and they've been living on the streets and are used to the elements. They don't care. A lot of psychological problems. I found one lady who she could talk to you. I met her in the shower facility, and I asked her, why was she on the female? Why you're on the street? And she told me that she loved living on the street. She said, I love nature, and I just love living on the streets. And but she said all of this, but she carries or carried, I don't know, I don't even know if the lady's still living, but she carried a stuffed animal with her at all times. A lot of these people have some mental problems and things downtown, and mental problems. And so these facilities are right downtown. I mean, one has nothing to do with the other. I'm just saying these facilities, most of them are downtown or close to downtown. And so you have access to basically anything. You have to be in by a certain time. And I know this is not what this is about, but I'm tying it together. So I would go to this facility because I had this card for when I was there, and I would go to this facility to take a shower. Okay. I would come back, I've gotten stuff out of my apartment to make myself comfortable. Things like towels and toiletries and things like that. So I go take a shower. I come back, my vehicle's unlocked. Okay. This is in lieu of being stalked. Okay. I'm like, wait a minute. I locked my vehicle. Why is my vehicle unlocked? That happened several times. Okay. And so I remedied that some kind of way. It's just not coming to me. Oh, I would take my battery off. I would manually lock my vehicle and take my battery cable off. Things like that. Battery going down, brand new battery. But, I know how this works. Even if you're using your phone to charge it, you have to have the car started and you have to drive and all that around. And, but all of a sudden my battery is just like down. Something else happened to the vehicle. I couldn't lock it. I'm doing chick, chick. You can hear the noise, but it wouldn't lock. Chick, 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 chick. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm hearing this noise, but it won't lock. So what I did, you guys, was did some research online. You guys, when things are going wrong in your life, please go to YouTube. There were videos that I put the make and model of my vehicle, and that's what I meant to say make earlier when I was saying VIN numbers. The make of your vehicle as well. That it has all the VIN number references the make and the model as well. I said model but not make. And so went to YouTube, and I tell you, it was 2 videos, and then that was a wrap. And it said I got 2 choices. I could either reset the computer, or it was a computer, okay, and a problem. And it said I can either, what I ended up doing, I had 2 choices. I chose the latter. And that choice was, and this is information for you guys, if you guys cannot get in your vehicle, your doors are not locking, and you hear the noise, chick, chick, but it's not locking, someone's manipulating your computer. Especially if you just got the vehicle, it should not be doing this. I mean, you even put a new battery off. I did all of that, you guys, at some point. Because when I do something, even here, they do something. When I move something and cover up something, here they come again, doing something. It's a never ending, like, childish game on their end. Like, it's just like Monopoly or something. Like, you are a board game, and they look at you like, okay, she wants to play with me. I don't want to play with you. Okay, you're ignorant and stupid. I don't want to play with you. And that's why I was saying earlier, a lot of people look at the victims, and that are on my level. And you guys know what I mean when I say my level. I've mentioned it before. When you have discovered that you are being spied on, you're smart. You know what I'm saying? You know this is what it is, and you're not sugarcoating it. That pisses them off. You know, you're a targeted individual. It pisses them off that you have figured them out, and so it's on and popping then, because they think they're that smart. You know, that they can outsmart you, and that's the word I've been looking for. They want to outsmart you, and sadly, I'm gonna say this because I have Hispanic friends, and I used to work at the post office, and one of my Hispanic friends, Ray, would do stuff to the supervisor. I mean, because the supervisor was trying to talk to me, and although Ray and I were just friends, the supervisor was sexually harassing me. As a matter of fact, he put me off the job because I wouldn't come in the office and talk to him in private. And I told him, and everybody heard me, I'm not coming in the office and talk to you in private. For what? And he had been there for years, 30-some years, and it just pissed him off that I would not come and talk to him in private. And he put me off the job. And I said, thank you, because I don't want to be here anyway. Well, you better be back to work on such and such and such. And I'm like, I'll be here. You know, I may not be here, but I didn't want to be there, you know. So he did me a favor, but he got upset with me, and Ray knew that he was sexually harassing me. And so Ray would do manipulative things to him to piss him off. And I mean, we would laugh. But one of the things that Ray and I had discussed is how Hispanics, or they do things like this to people. You know, try to play with their mind and play mind games with people. You know what I'm saying? And we had we had discussed that because they're real crafty at a lot of things, and so they will play with your mind and do things, and they will swear up and down they have no clue what happened. They don't know anything about it. Liars. In other words, repulsive liars. And I'm being comical when I say this. You know, I don't know. I mean, they can give you a straight face, I don't know. And you know this. You speak Spanish? No English. No English. And then you hear them, my neighbor next door to me where I moved from, you speak English? She's staring at me. And then I asked her again, babe, I'm going to continue to ask you until you say something. So finally she was like, no English. Okay, B word, why is it that I'm hearing you speaking English 3 weeks later talking to someone? You know what I'm saying? I already knew she was lying. I called her a liar, as a matter of fact, when I was walking off. Excuse me for sniffling. My sinuses are kicking in. And so, very manipulative people. They will do things, once they find out that they can do something, they're going to do it. You know, in most cases. If you look at people, for instance, if you look at people who talk on their cell phones, go to the mall. Go to a mall where there's a variety of people at the mall. Not the most, a more upscale mall, you know, where there's a lot of stores. The people that you see on your cell phone are going to be Hispanic people. If you're driving in your vehicle, the people that you see on the cell phones, whether driving or on the passenger side, are of Hispanic descent. Let me say that. They stay on their phones at all times, looking at something. Okay, literally, they use their phones more than anyone. Okay, all the time. And so, like I said, at this facility, I would come back to my vehicle and everything's intact. You couldn't tell anything had been moved, except for one time, I noticed things had been moved. And I'm like, okay, this is why I can't get in my vehicle, because they're doing something. I couldn't put my finger on it, but they were manipulating my computer. How they manipulate your computer is your VIN number. Your VIN number is located in two different places. Usually your VIN number is in the dashboard, and it's also usually on the door of the vehicle, the driver door. Somewhere on the driver door, your VIN number is there. It could be in another spot. But the easy access way to your VIN number, which I think is really stupid, is the dashboard. You could just look right in and see someone's VIN number in most vehicles. Excuse me for sniffling. I'm going to take a bite of my food. Yeah, you can just look right in. If you look hard enough, you'll see it encased in the dashboard. Right there. Letters and numbers. And with that VIN number, excuse me for talking and eating, that's it. That's all they need. That VIN number references the computer in your vehicle, you guys. And with technology going on, I don't know the ins and out of that end of it, but with technology, the way it is, that's all they need to manipulate your computer. So when I went to YouTube,
the choice that I had because I couldn't lock my doors. I'm like, wait a minute, I cannot lock my doors. What is going on? I was given instruction via the video to take the battery cables off for about 10 minutes. Turn the car off, of course. Take the battery cables off for about 10 minutes and put them back on. Works like a charm. Put them back on, tighten them up, works like a charm. As a matter of fact, my uncle took them off for me the first time because I didn't have the proper tools to take them off. Okay? And this biscuit is a little hard, y'all. I like fluffy biscuits. I probably kept it in there too long. So yeah, take the battery cables off for about 10 minutes. Pop them back on. You're ready to go, but guess what? They're going to do it again. And that's what they did. I remember clearly one of my play brothers coming to visit me and living on the street. I said, man, come and stay with me for a while, man. He didn't even believe I had an apartment. And several people told me that, oh my God, I thought you were lying about having an apartment. Are you serious? Are you for real? I don't go around lying. So, I knew that. I knew a lot of people. If you have an apartment while you're in the street, no one's spying on you. Yada yada yada. That whole thing. So he came to visit me for a minute, like a week. I'm cooking, and we were really really close. We became close because I actually hit his vehicle. I paid him, but I actually hit his vehicle. Nothing bad, but he loved his vehicle. I was like, oh my God. And here we go again. I'm backing up to get in a parking spot, and my vehicle just started doing its own thing. You hear me? And I mean, it revved up, and while I'm in reverse and went up this little hill to this building, and I'm trying to control it. As a matter of fact, I took my hands off the wheel because it was doing its own thing. And then when I grabbed it, tried to control it, it was too late. I backed into his vehicle, and that's how I knew him or knew of him, but we weren't as close as we were. And so he came to visit me. I'm cooking and everything. I wanted him to be comfortable. I had these two oversized recliners, which you will see in previous videos from some of the videos from my other apartment. He was just in heaven, and I wanted him to be comfortable. And he got in that one of those recliners, and honey, that was a wrap. Honeys. He was just happy. And I remember it was kind of cold, which is the reason why I invited him to my place. It was cold, and the heat was on, and he had the blankets all on him, and he was looking at movies on his phone, and he was just like chilling like a bug in a rug. And so one day, I had gotten rid of my internet service, and I told him, I said, I asked him, I said, are you gonna be here for a minute? He said, yeah. He said, okay. I said, I'm gonna go get online. And he knew about the cameras in my apartment, but like many, there are no cameras, And so, in so many words, there's no cameras, something's wrong. I said, I'll be back. And I said, if you're hungry, I mean, it's just your apartment. Just go ahead and knock yourself out. And when I was there, what I did, knowing I had the tracking devices on my vehicle, I went to a Burger King. And this Burger King had a international, not an IHOP. What is this place called? Oh my God, little yellow place where they make waffles. Waffle House, duh. It had a Waffle House, but they shared a parking lot basically. And so I parked at the Waffle House, but I was at the Burger King. Okay, So, given what happened, it gave them the impression with the tracking devices. Now, they didn't follow me immediately, but I knew I had to hurry up and get out and go to the Burger King. But having them think that I was at the Waffle House and thinking someone picked me up, it worked like a charm. So, Burger King has these big windows. If you've ever visited a Burger King or they're in your area, multiple Burger Kings, so in the United States. And so these big windows, you can look out, and while you're eating, sitting at the table eating, and I had been looking out at my vehicle, and then all of a sudden I looked out about maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours later, and I see this Hispanic dude going around my vehicle, walking around and on his phone, and you can tell he is hotter than a firecracker, because I'm going to tell you guys this. When I stress to you that these men, and with their women wanting to satisfy their man or satisfy their sexual desires, I don't know. These men, most of them really thought that we psycho, that we had something going on. Like I'm their property. So this guy kept walking around my vehicle, and I just happened to look up and notice him. And if I'm not mistaken, I kind of moved back so he couldn't see me, or switched areas or something. I probably had already switched. I'm not for sure, but I remember leaning back or doing something so he couldn't look in there and see me. But I also knew world's dumbest criminals. He wasn't going to look in there. So because it gave the impression, which is where the positivity comes from, that somebody picked me up and I'm gone somewhere taking a shower. That was their fear, or this is what pissed them off, when I would go somewhere else and take a shower, because they wanted to see me in the nude. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm going somewhere. They didn't know where. And so I've been wanting to know who this is, and this vehicle that parks right here. It's a white vehicle, and it's amazing. I don't know who this is, and it's this new vehicle that's been parking in front of my window. So hurry up and get out, because I want to know who you are if they get out. So I'm looking at this dude, and you can see the positivity on his face. I mean, he is hotter than a firecracker. He's talking and he's moving his hands and blah, 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 blah. He keeps going around my vehicle, going around my vehicle, going around my vehicle. And so finally another guy comes up, and they're going around my vehicle and whatever. So when I leave, that was my cue to go ahead and wait till they left, and I came back. And so I came in, parked my vehicle. Two things I knew. I told my play brother, I said, my vehicle's not going to start tomorrow. He said, huh? I said, watch. He said, are you serious? Oh, I saw who it was. He said, are you serious? I said, yeah. Now, you know what the funny thing is? This person... Okay, never mind. Yeah, I saw who it was. It is raining. I said, just check me out. Check me out. My vehicle's not going to start tomorrow. We get ready to leave at the same time. He had to give me a boost. It did not work. He get his vehicle fully charged. He tries to boost it up again. It's mind you, I had a locked gas cap, which was also manipulated. Okay, you can tell that someone had put something in. You can see the markings, lock gas cap where the key goes. That was manipulated. But it wasn't that. They had manipulated my computer of my vehicle so that I could not go anywhere. You were somewhere. We didn't know where you were, so you're not going anywhere tomorrow. That kind of stuff. Machoism. Machoism is a term that's used for men of Hispanic descent, because they feel like women are beneath them, that the women are supposed to obey them and do all this. Machoism. This is what they do. This is why their women are also spying, because anything they tell their women to do, they will do it. And they can look at women, and I'm finding black African men can do the same thing. They can look at women all day long, and their wives are, just are not supposed to say anything. They're just supposed to sit there. Baby, I wish you would think you're going to get booed up with me and you sitting there watching another woman all day. I don't get it. Love doesn't. You mean to tell me you can find that one Hispanic dude that's not down like that? You just had to get booed up with someone. And there's a lot of that going on, you guys, regardless of race. People just booing up with people. Social media. Okay, so just different incidences, man. Your VIN number. If you're getting in your vehicle and it's not locking, or you can't start it all of a sudden, in your heart you were just in it last night. What's going on? Not saying a vehicle is not going to mess up. Different things are happening to your vehicle. You can't lock it, and you locked it, but you come back, it's unlocked. You can't start it all of a sudden. Someone's manipulating your via your VIN number. They're manipulating your computer. Yeah. And usually these are females. They go out to their, matter of fact, in the apartment complex I moved from, it wasn't just females. Well, this was a female. There was okay, I'm watching this chick. There was 3 vehicles where the person said they tried to get in. One of them I talked to, the other one I was just watching them, looking out my window. So a female go to her SUV. And you could tell she had tried to do this before, and she was just seeing if it was going to start this time. She didn't have any purse, nothing. And so she walks out to the vehicle and she tries to start it. And same thing that with mine. These are people of Hispanic descent. They're just doing stuff, and this is why Donald Trump has been making his statements. About the wall. And the funny thing about it is that I was disagreeing, but I totally agree now. You can't come over here in the United States and start manipulating stuff and messing with people's stuff, from computers to everything, stealing content, stealing all of this. And this is not the Hispanics of old. These are the Hispanic, the new gen of Hispanics, 40 and below. They act real childish and doing things and because they're mind manipulators in most cases, they know how to manipulate, especially Black African people's minds. I mean, come on, it doesn't take much. Black African people will listen all day long to someone of another race, and they will never listen to, or hardly ever listen to, someone of their race. And they're telling them the absolute truth, what they need to do. They would have to hear it from someone else, which is, like I said, how we became slaves. And my food is getting cold. Okay. You're not going wherever you went, you're not going there again. So we're just going to shut your vehicle down. And it worked. Okay, it worked. Because they couldn't make money off of me while I was gone. Okay, there were times I went to my apartment just to change clothes, or not change clothes. Keep in mind, when I say change clothes, I mean literally drop off dirty clothes and pick up clean clothes, towels, whatever. And 5 to 7 minutes, you guys. I'm telling you, 5 to 7 minutes was the maximum time I would be in my apartment. It got to the point where when I would hit the parking lot, my stomach would start hurting. I didn't even want to go in. New Year's. Talk about New Year's. I'm on the street for New Year's Eve, New Year's. I already knew they had a free apartment. Somebody had a free apartment to go have sex and spend time with their sweetie in my apartment. How about I found blankets. I don't know whose blanket. I still have that blanket. I washed it. There were other blankets. I had some visitors come, because I had people come to my apartment to shower, you guys. One guy came. He was like, I'll take it. I'll take the blanket, Yeah, folded up, had it folded up on the couch. The love seat that I just threw away. That's been in my family for years, the one that I had to dismantle. Keep up with me. The blue cup in the attic. You can see the couch. I show you guys this couch. Yeah, it was in the room that I had made an office out of. And there were 2 blankets folded up. Whose blankets are those? Didn't notice this, but I'm gonna blow you away about New Year's Eve, but I'm gonna tell you some stuff before I forget, before I tell you what actually happened. Came in my apartment after New Year's Eve, didn't see this, okay, came back again. I would go back like every week and a half or something like that. Week to week and a half. And just so happened to see a piece of glass. Then I see another piece of glass on my kitchen floor. I'm like, okay, something's broken. So I look up under the cabinetry and see other remnants of glass. You guys, I had these champagne glasses. They used my champagne glasses, y'all. One of them must have failed. Somebody must have got too damn drunk. So they got up what they could and did not realize that some of the glass had gone up under the cabinetry. And so glasses were missing. Champagne glasses. But I couldn't see all of this for New Year's Eve. Here we go. One of my play brothers, I asked him, please come go to my apartment. It was after 12 midnight. Please come go to my apartment with me. Something's going on. He's like, no, Kimmy, man, it's late. I'll go with you tomorrow. But it was already tomorrow, but you guys know what I'm saying. I said, no, please, 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 I'm begging you, go to my apartment with me. Something is going on. I already knew they were going to use my apartment for New Year's. I'm not there. They've been coming in, yada, yada, yada. Somebody was going to use that apartment for New Year's. I knew this. And finally, he gave in. Went to my apartment. He said, well, I'm going to hide in your vehicle, which he did. And I said, well, I'm taking my phone, so if something happens, I call you. I said, make sure your phone is on. So we made sure his phone was on. So I'm outside my door, you guys, trying to unlock my door. I put the key in. I'm turning it and turning it and turning it. Let me tell you what it did. Tracking devices. I got there too quick. Somebody didn't give them word that I was coming back. Turned my key, and you know how it's turning, but it's like something on the other side is stopping it from turning. It's like, what in the hell? What's going on? I'm turning it, but I didn't want to break it in there either. But I'm still putting a lot of pressure on it, because if it had gotten broken off in there, then oh well, they would have had to have fixed it for free. But I'm turning, you guys. My little finger's turning red. I'm turning, but it's moving. But you can tell it was something on the other side, or some force on the other side was stopping it. They were holding my lock. I could not get in my apartment, but I knew someone was in there. Came back the next day. It opened right on up. But I'm not being spied on. No one's following me. Something's wrong with Kimmy. Oh my God. And I'm going to say something. I have cousins right now, because something happened to me when I was, no rape or anything like that. Someone in the family had done something to me when no, please don't read too far into it. When I tell you, this was someone that just touched me in the wrong way. Okay. No, nothing. And it wasn't even, how can I put it? Someone touched my thigh when I was a little girl, and had I not been the little girl that I was, like, what you doing? Then it probably could have gone further if I was one of these little naive little girls. Sadly, there's a lot of them. And so I told my mother about it, and my mother passed away, and this person mentioned it to me like I was lying on them. No, baby, I'm not lying on you. I don't have a reason to lie on you. Because my mother, my mother mentioned it to them, but they never, but that was the end of the conversation. No one ever brought it back up until my mother passed away, years after she passed away. And, this person, very close to this person to this day, love them to death. But, I've always been analytical. This person was drunk. Okay, literally. And not saying that that's an excuse, but they were drunk. I mean, so, and I love this person dearly to this day. One of my favorite people that I love, as a matter of fact, because I knew this person was drunk, and had they not been drunk, they wouldn't have done anything like that. But you know, alcohol, blame it on the act. And so I can laugh at it because nothing occurred, but I did mention it to my mother, and I've mentioned my mother to you guys. I mean, whoo, I was her baby. I mean, and so she loved all her kids, but I was the only girl, and no, 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 you know. But and so of course it went down to family because I got on his stuff, you know, and because let me tell you something, you're not gonna get it in my face. Not getting in my face, but I'm just saying, you're not going to get in my face and tell me something that you did not do, and I know that you did it, and tell me that I was lying on you. No, you're not going to do that. What you should have done was just let dogs, what do they call it? Dogs lie. Sleeping dogs lie. You should have just let the sleeping dogs just stay where they were. But no, you're not going to come up to me and tell me you didn't do something that I know that you did, and you don't know that you did because you were drunk, which is why I really didn't worry about it too much, because I knew you were drunk, and I knew that was out of character even at my age for you to be doing that, and I knew what drunk was, and I knew what out of character is and was, and so you were out of character. Now, I probably didn't think out of character at the time, but I knew that you were not being your normal self. So I let it go. I had to tell my mom about it though. You know, and this is how stuff gets started. You see someone doing that to you, and you don't go report it to your mom. You don't want that person to get in trouble or whatever. No, I'm telling my mama. And so now how she handles it, you know, that's up to her. And so yeah, so I know that went through the family, and so now she being spied on. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? You guys, you know what I'm saying? Kimmy be thinking that the people want her and stuff like, you know, y'all already know this stuff is going on. You know, I'm just keeping it real. Nobody's spying on Kimmy, and I know this because I have a relative that one minute they're this way on my side, and the other minute, you know, they're not because they're listening to people. But let me tell you something, I don't have any reason to lie about anything that has ever occurred in my life. I am not that type of person. I'd rather have normalcy in all aspects of my freaking life, including being able to shower, being able to walk around my freaking apartment or wherever I live when I want to, how I want to, whether that's in the nude, half dressed, fully dressed, what up, going around with just a towel on my head because I just got out the shower. A lot of stuff I was doing over there, y'all. By the way, I mean, I'm walking around like, you know, and because you don't know, I'm literally breast out, coochie out, everything out, ass out. Excuse me, I'm doing stuff over there because I did not know I was being spied on initially. You know, so it was a turn on for them to see, you know, this woman going around like this, and she's shaving her vagina, and she's oh my gosh, she's grabbing it to shave it, and she got her leg up on it. Come on, y'all. You shaving your vagina and you got your leg up on the bathtub and you shaving your vagina. Who would get turned on with that? Who wouldn't get turned on by that? You're doing stuff. So yeah, they were following me because someone was paying them money to see me. And the idiot has gotten people over here. Now, if you haven't figured out by now that one, I was not showering over here. First shower I took over here, I had that Mylar on my body. And then I stopped doing that when I got confirmation that they had come in my apartment and put cameras in here the days that I hadn't been here, or even being here and leaving. Maintenance. Inside job. This same maintenance guy that was here, and I'll say it again, this same maintenance guy came to my apartment with the fire department. It was two maintenance men. Came to my apartment. He hadn't even been hired here. Dude, how did you know that, what are you doing in my apartment? First of all, you're not even hired here yet. I start next week. What are you doing here now? And like I said, I mentioned this to the former manager who is now regional, and I know when to back up from a conversation, baby. I know who I was talking to, and that's who I was talking to, him. Because he was a nice looking guy, and I was like, okay, maybe he's not like them. You know, not to talk to him, I'm just looking at his features, you know, really nice face, seemed like he was honest. I'm telling him stuff he already knew what was going on. What are you doing in my apartment, dude? You're not even hired here, and you claiming you're gonna start next week. And I congratulated him right here, in my breezeway right here. I mean, are you telling me this dude wasn't in my apartment? Yes, he was in my apartment. He started next week, like he said. So, so I left that alone. He does my homes and he does this. I don't care what he does, sweetheart. No offense to you. I don't care how honest I take him with me everywhere where I go. Well, maybe he applied for the job and you didn't know. But that dude that is on the premises right now is the same dude, one of them, that came to my freaking apartment. He knows it and I know it. But I'm trying to figure out, what are you doing in my apartment and you not hired yet? How did you even know about the things? Because what had happened was I had they have these devices on the wall that goes to the riser room, and that's for the fire department. And I'm not talking about your smoke detectors. These are people have been questioning, what is that? What is that? So it's like an alert system. Deep, 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 even more so over your smoke detectors. So smoke detectors are the apartment people. This is manned by the fire department. So I covered the wall, not it, but because it's on the wall, I covered the wall, knowing the cameras were in the area. And so day and a half later, next thing I know, the fire department is knocking at my door, and he's with them. I'm like, okay, so I did cover up a camera or something, because you know what, you're not hired yet, and you can't bring your nasty, dirty $$sign in here, And I'm like, and then he lied. I could have got a $2,000 ticket. This dude lied and said that when he came and looked at my box, this little box that I'm referencing, that it was off the wall. Okay, why did you tell me then that you fixing to go get a screwdriver to open it up? Just a repulsive liar. No, I'm not going to take down something. I don't know what it is. But anyway, moving right along. You guys, your VIN numbers, be careful. If you can't start your vehicle and for whatever reason, and you can't lock your doors, you lock them, you come back, they're unlocked, or you just can't lock them at all, please take the battery cable off of. Trust me, it's going to work. Taking the battery cables. Let me say this. Went to, and I may have forgotten something myself. I was going to tell you guys something. Went to, because I didn't have the equipment to take off the battery cable. Once I knew how to do it and what to do, so I would take my vehicle, because my doors weren't locking. I would take my vehicle to I'm not going to say the name, but I would take my vehicle to an automotive supply place here, multiple locations. And they would go out, when they had the time, and they would take my battery cables off, and they would say, is it done? And regardless of location, this particular automotive supply place is really good and known for checking your batteries and checking things like that, for free. And so what they would do is take my battery cables off for me, go back into the store, and then I would go in and let them know that it's ready. And then when they come out, when they could, they screw them back on for me and let the hood down, and my vehicle started, and my locks are working. So this wasn't a situation where I needed a new remote control or a new remote where I needed batteries or anything like that. This was them manipulating the computer. So I went one day to this particular one of the locations, because I went to a couple of locations, but I went to one of the locations that I knew where it was, and this guy was parked. I parked next to this guy that had his hood up, and he kept messing with his remote, and I just started smiling. I'm like, let me tell this dude. I mean, he had it in the air, and then facing the vehicle, click, 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 and you could hear, like mine, you could hear it making the noise, but it wasn't locking his it wasn't locking his vehicle. So I got out and I said, your doors won't lock, will they? He said, no, man, I'm trying to figure out what's going on. They won't lock. Now, one of two things, either a woman was driving that vehicle as well, or they were trying to steal it. That is another way they would steal your vehicles, by the way. Or steal contents out of your vehicle. When they steal contents out of your vehicle, they will lock it back. And so you're like, where is my, now how was it like, playing with your mind. Also, before I go further, my anything sharp that was in my vehicle. I had a knife that was broken in half, for my protection. I still have that knife. I have um, toenail clippers, the big ones for your toes that were just missing all of a sudden. Anything that I could have used to stab them in the eyeballs or use on them, because they were fully aware, you know, that you come in here or whatever's on and popping. And so I had probably had mentioned it. That's how they put the cameras in my vehicle. As a matter of fact, I remember being in my apartment and remember a crowd around my vehicle outside, and I kept coming outside looking, but slick, they playing it out, bouncing the ball. These got kids involved in it. I mean, just one of the most ratchet races or set of races on the planet. And so all of a sudden, when I went back or went back in or whatever, they started clapping, yay, because they had, and this is when I didn't know what had happened, but I knew they had done something to my vehicle. Just didn't know what it was, and should have just gone out there to see, but I didn't. And then it was on and popping with the camera. Camera was in my vehicle, you guys. More than one camera. There's also, to prove that point, there's also a video that blew up in the attic on the YouTube channel. Look at the playlist where you see these two vehicles. The video looks foggy, and so you'll know, okay, this must be it. And you can see a white vehicle in the background. Click that vehicle. Click that vehicle. Click that vehicle. Click that video, the other V. And you will see, okay, what are these two fools doing behind, But you'll see in the video. I called the police department because these idiots lived in the apartment complex. But anyway, I'm this dude. So I said, your vehicle, your locks won't lock. He was like, no, man, I don't know what's going on. I said, take the battery cables off. Now, mind you, on the other side of him, before I go further, was a shade tree mechanic. And he confirmed that's what he was. He comes up here all the time working on people's vehicles, and he has someone's hood up on their vehicle or whatever, doing something. 2 men. So I said, take the battery cables off and keep them off for about 10 minutes, and it'll reset your computer and put them back on, and your locks will work. Here comes he. I should just be able to take the men. You guys kill me. When some follow instructions, I should be able to just take the positive off or the negative or something he was saying. I said, look, I'm going to say it one more time. I'm going to tell you one more time. Take both of them off. I said, well, the instructions for me was to take both of them off. I mean, I don't know what. And here comes the shade tree. Yeah, you should just be able to take one of them off because that was a blah, blah, blah. He did it. It didn't work. I said, like I said, because I wanted to see how I stood there to wait and see how much of an idiot they were going to be. And I was right. I said, like I said, I'm eating my food. Take both of them off. Now, I didn't stick around because once I tell you something, I'm not fixing to stick around and see if you're going to do it. I stuck around just to see if it was going to work with one of them, which I knew it wasn't. I'm gone. I'm not going to even let you embarrass yourself and stay here and watch you take both of them off like I said. So you guys take the battery cables off. They're stealing things out of your vehicle, locking your doors back. They're stealing vehicles this particular way, and also putting cameras and stuff in your vehicle so they know where you are at all times. You park your car on your job, and they don't have like security or whatever. They're going to be in your vehicle, installing something, knowing what time you get out, what time you go to lunch. They're watching you in your apartment, so they know everything you're doing. Okay? They followed you on the job several times. So they know what time your lunch break is and about what time, they're crafty. They know all of this. Someone comes to visit you. They're going to follow that person home. They want to know who that person is, especially if it's a dude. And I told my play brother, because he came in 2 different intervals to visit me. He came 2 different times to visit me and stay for a while. I told him, I said, you know your tires are going to be on flat or something's going to happen. He left my apartment. I got a flat tire. Really? Oh, I wonder how that happened. Didn't know who he was. Intimidated by him. Because I'm married to some damn body. I don't know who it is. You hear me, y'all? I'm married to somebody and they're just infatuated with me, and that's a wrap. I'm married to a lot of people over here. You guys know who Lorena Bobbitt is? I gotta go. Hasta la vista. I got a mouthful of food. Buenos Aires, buenas noches, arriva dolce, au revoir, salida. Don't let the doorknob hit you where the good Lord split you. Ciao Bella, ciao Bello. You guys, I didn't even tell you before I go. Smooches, by the way. I didn't even tell you half of the stuff where incidences where I was being followed. Seriously, they just had to pop in my head and I remember. Okay, I remember this, You know, and it's been over an hour already. But no, this is not a joke. I'm being stalked and followed. Okay? Now you know why I got rid of my vehicle. Gone. All right. Bye.